I ain't the kind to wear a tie, button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says that work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Yeah. I'm unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I am your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got my co-host, Devin.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Devin, how you doing?
I'm all right. I just had an idea, but we're already in the middle of the show now, so I'm not going to implement the idea. But next time we do one of the ones we're going to do the show on today, I'm going to implement the idea and we're going to do it.
I mean, we could just implement the idea. It'll be off the cuff.
No, I mean, I would need to. It requires some prep. I was going to make an actually simply unprofessional Reddit account and then answer these questions, actually type out the answer.
All right,
on the
yeah.
question.
No, well, for sure, let's for sure do that at some point.
Yeah.
Before
be the
you know
next
it, we'll be the most popular Reddit answerers ever. So if you guys can't tell, first off, I'm dying. I think I'm sick. Well, I know I'm sick. I've spent the last several days with a very high fever. Today is the first day where my fever is not in triple digits. It's still kind of high, but anyway. So Devin is going to help me out, and he's going to do the bulk of the reading and stuff today. But we're going to be reading and giving our own answers to, what would you say, just stupid questions on Reddit?
Yeah, stupid questions. Some of them I actually.
I mean, some people. Well, okay. Some people say there's no such thing as a dumb question.
Yeah.
I think we've proved them wrong with the last time we answered some of these. So, let's just say we're going to give answers to questions posed on Reddit. That's all. We won't call them dumb. We'll leave that up to the listeners to decide.
Some of these are just general questions that they're posted in the stupid question section, but I'm going to ask them anyway just to get our opinions on them.
Yeah. So fuck it. So
all right.
That's what we're going to do this evening. Also, because it's kind of coming up, is March? No. April? When's our 5-year thing that we're doing? That's in April, right? Do you remember?
The 5-year thing, March, around there.
Somewhere in there. It's coming up, folks. We got a 5-year anniversary for Distractions Media. And we're going to be doing a live stream. And I know a bunch of us are going to be streaming a little bit more consistently. And, well, maybe not consistently, a little bit more sporadically, especially those who don't stream. Like, I might even, if I'm feeling up to it, stream a little either this weekend. Well, it'd have to be this weekend. So yeah, look forward to that. Come hang out with us as we ramp up to the 5-year anniversary there. I've done my part. I can't talk anymore. So I'm going to hand you over to Devin now.
Okay. I'm being passed off. I like it. Okay. So we're going to open up with the first question. And this is a question this is the first one I saw where I knew we were going to do this. And I was like, you know what? This one works. This is a strong opening question.
Hold on. I have to ask. Out of the ones that you've read so far, to kind of gain insight as to what we're going to be asking, do we have any more with like really bad typos about people being pregnant? Because that is still kicking around, and that is still a great inside joke from the last time we answered Yahoo questions.
No, not necessarily. I think people on Reddit are a little bit more highbrow than people on
Them
Yahoo.
Yahoos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the first question.
First question is, bam. Were the 1920s actually in black and white? And if not, could you provide photographic evidence?
Well, okay, wait. Well, I mean, when did the color camera come out?
Color camera?
Yeah.
First color camera. The first commercially successful color process, the Lumiere Autochrome, invented by the French Lumiere brothers, reached the market in 1907.
So I mean, technically, you could get photographic,
but it didn't get
evidence,
widespread till the 1960s.
but still, somewhere out there,
somewhere in a land far, far away, there is actually a photograph.
Plus paintings.
Paintings, true.
I mean, what do you think? These people are all on fucking acid and making up these colors? I mean, some of them probably.
What if he's onto something though? What if that actually is true? Like, what if
life back then really was?
Who discovered red? Who discovered red? Who was like, that's red?
I mean, that is a valid that there, Devin, is a more valid question than the question you asked.
It's true. Like, what if red
the
was
question
purple?
you asked originally, though dumb in my opinion, is a gateway question to a more serious topic.
It's a dumb question that could be taken as philosophical if you spin it that way.
Sure. I mean, it is an interesting idea, an interesting concept, like who came up with the names of certain things in history. You know? But like you said, who one day just was like, that's red. I'm gonna start calling that red now. You know? And yeah. Oh man. Now I'm gonna do research on whoever discovered color. It's not even you're not even discovering color at that point. You're just,
I know.
You're naming
You're just naming it.
You know what?
I have discovered this homeless gentleman. I shall name him Randy. It's like I'm Timothy and I'm not homeless. You're homeless and you're Randy. Okay? Don't move, Randy. All right. Are you looking up who discovered color?
Yeah. Well, first off, we wouldn't be able to look first right off the bat, we wouldn't be able to say, oh, who discovered like the color red, because all our language is derived from other languages.
True. So I will say this, from my understanding, our modern understanding of light and color begins with Isaac Newton. So Sir Isaac Newton was the one who discovered the color spectrum and laid out what is our modern understanding of the color spectrum.
Wait, Isaac Newton, wasn't he the Apple guy? Not Apple computers, people. Like
Sir Isaac Newton. I don't think so. I don't think he was
wasn't
Apple
he
guy.
all about like? Didn't he have something to do with an apple and gravity?
Yeah. He was a mathematician, physicist, astronomer, theologian. Can I just say that people back in like the 1600s and shit, they set a really, like, even back in ancient Greece, they set a really fucking high bar.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's a doctor, a lawyer, a mathematician, and also a fucking physicist. Like, those are like 8 full-time jobs. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And
you're discovering motion.
He loved it.
Right, and you're discovering motion. And he also was rocking a bitchin' wig.
Yeah. No. I don't like, okay, you know how some people are afraid of like China dolls and stuff?
You hate powder wigs?
I fucking hate powdered wigs. Powdered wigs and like that fucking like the rosy cheeks that the guys used to put on. Like,
oh yeah, I know. The rosy cheeks fucking bother me.
Yeah, like the powdered
so
face and the rosy cheek. No, go
the
fuck
rosy
yourself.
cheeks do bother me. I'm not gonna lie.
Who the fuck are these people?
I like the powdered wigs. I just imagine slapping the powdered wigs and then being like, and then like turning sideways and shit.
Yeah, all right.
Also, a sidebar question, because I was watching a video yesterday and it made me think of when I slapped the guy with the wig. It made me laugh at this. I was watching a video on like old Irish like wedding customs and stuff, or like love customs, and apparently they used to throw money, like at people and things like that, or at the children, and throw like coins at children. So I was laughing. I'm like, at my wedding, I'm just gonna throw quarters at small children.
Now, why did they do this?
It was for good luck and good fortune. They just would throw like coins at children. But it's kind of funny because I'm laughing. I just want to now just take a handful of quarters and just chuck them at small children.
Side fact about the color red, because I'm on the Wikipedia for the red.
Okay, I got another side fact after your side fact. We got this.
Bulls, much like dogs and many other animals, have
Are
dichromacy, which means that they can't distinguish the color red. They charge at the matador's cape because of its motion, not the color.
There you go. So there you go. It's a lie. It's a lie,
It's
people.
all about the motion in the ocean, not the color of the boat, people.
Yep, it's true. Absolutely. And then I also learned where the phrase "your goose is cooked" came from, or at least in my own head,
Wait,
that's where I
who
learned it
cooked
came from.
goose, and why did no
No.
one tell us?
Not that goose. No, our goose is alive. You know the phrase like, "Oh, his goose is cooked," right?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this is where it came from. This is my own interpretation of it, but it makes sense when you think about it from back then. So apparently, it was a custom back in Ireland. When two families were getting married, they would all get together and cook a duck or a goose. And effectively, back then it was very expensive piece of meat. So the groom had until the goose was done cooking to back out.
Oh.
So he could back out at any point in time until the goose was cooked.
Oh.
But then when the goose was cooked, his goose was cooked. So he couldn't back out anymore. So there we go.
So the families would start cooking this fowl.
Yeah, they would after the whole courting process, and it was like time for the families to meet and discuss, I can't think of the word for it, dowries.
Dowries,
Maybe?
yep.
Yeah, discuss dowries and shit. Basically during that, it was like a celebration. They would,
they would start cooking this bird.
This bird. Yep.
And then if the groom was like, "Nah, your family's fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I'm out," he'd be allowed to.
He'd be allowed to, unless the goose was cooked.
Bird. Imagine that one poor sap who like really thought about it and like put too much time into it. And
he's like, I decided.
At the end, he was like,
calling it off.
You know what? Your family's fucking crazy. And then all of a sudden, ding, bird's done. It's like, fuck.
Well, shit.
I
watched a video. I don't know why I watched a video yesterday about like old Irish customs. Apparently, like if you wanted to court a girl, you could stand outside of her house, and when her door opened, you would throw your hat through her door, and then if she picked it up and threw it back out, you were unwanted. If she closed the door with her hat inside, you were allowed to court her.
Yep.
There you go, Webby.
I actually knew that one.
I'm super happy you didn't throw my hat out, by the way.
Never.
Appreciate it.
Speaking of which, you know what, Devin?
Happy Valentine's Day.
I was going to say, today's Valentine's Day. We're recording this on Thursday. I'm pulling back the curtain. I know it gets released tomorrow, folks.
Webby was sick. Don't worry about it. All right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're weeks ahead. Months even.
Months. I just didn't want to do one of our backlog episodes. Anyway, it's Valentine's Day. First off, I hate Valentine's Day. I hate you. Well, anybody who knows me, I'm a very angry panda. I hate all fucking holidays except for St. Patty's Day. But with that being said,
I think you tolerate Halloween okay.
No.
My holiday for Valentine's Day starts tomorrow, and that's half off Candy Day.
Yeah, fair.
That's my holiday.
So, Devin.
Yes.
Will you be my Valentine this year?
I'll be your Valentine, Webby.
All right, good. Now Valentine sucks a little bit less.
A little bit less.
So, all right. What's the next either fun fact and or question?
I'm done with fun facts right now, but we're going to go to questions now. Is it totally certain that the eggs we eat will not turn into chicks? I have an irrational fear of opening an egg and instead of finding a baby chick.
I will say that I have cracked open an egg and found not a full-blown baby chicken, but a far more than just a yolk.
Yeah, no, I think that's happened to everybody at one point. That can't happen, but I mean, once you've cooked them and eat them, they're not going to turn into chicks.
Yeah, no.
Not going to turn into chicks. So, dumb question. This was a really stupid question.
But if you do eat eggs and then all of a sudden you start shitting out feathers, be concerned.
Yes, be concerned. Yes.
We here at
Or-
SU are not doctors.
We're not doctors. We're not lawyers. Although we
just-
do have lawyers.
we
we
just
got some
play
lawyers
some
on retainer.
TV. That's true. One thing I've learned is shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. It's National Shut the Fuck Up Day on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, but it needs to be. So it is. It's National Shut the Fuck Up Day. So if anybody asks you a question, shut the fuck up. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
All right. This age-old question of, can a ghost suck your dick?
Well, you know what? I've actually listened to a podcast that covered this pretty in depth. I can't answer this question, Devin. I honestly don't. I know that there is actually terms out there for people who have sex with ghosts or believe that a ghost has sex with them. So I'm going to say that if you are one of those people, then yes, it is 100% possible. I mean, you have to believe, I guess.
If you believe enough, anything.
If you
is
believe
possible.
in magic.
If you believe in Miss Fritzl, she will take you on the magic school bus, and you will get your dick sucked by a ghost.
No, but legit, there is a term. There is a medical term.
I know. Yeah.
There are people out there who truly feel and believe that they have sex with ghosts. So,
Spectrophilia. There you go.
yeah.
Spectrophilia. Boom. So the answer is yes if you're a spectrophile.
Yep.
Boom. I'm guessing this question was asked by someone not in the U.S. and they were concerned because they had a business trip coming up. They sound kind of pasty.
That puts a whole new spin on Casper. I'm just saying. Casper, like the over-friendly ghost.
Casper's real friendly. He real friendly.
I'm just okay. Next question.
How to avoid being shot in the U.S.?
Have a ghost suck that person's dick.
Yes.
If
Casper.
you know a ghost.
Hit me up, Casper. How you doing? we can make this a good Valentine's Day if you know what I'm talking about, Casper.
Yo, Casper, how you doing?
How you doing? Speaking of which, Ghostbusters 3, anybody?
Are they making one?
They are, with the original cast.
Oh, all right.
Well, who's left?
They're not going to be able to get all the original cast, yeah.
Maybe they are. It is a Ghostbusters show. You never know.
That's true. CG.
They CGI them in there as a ghost. That'd be the greatest thing ever. Oh, all right. Listen, Ghostbusters people, because I know y'all listening to this right now. If that's not in the script, that needs to be in the script.
Yep.
You need to, you're Ghostbusters. Come on, man. He comes back from the grave and helps out. He's like the new and improved Slimer.
Yeah.
All right. So, how to avoid being shot in the U.S.? Don't get shot. That's how you avoid being shot.
Oh, that's just the question is how do you avoid getting shot?
Yeah, how to avoid being shot in the U.S.
Listen, man. You can't. I'm just going to throw that out there.
It's rampant. Bullets are everywhere all the
not just
time.
that. You can't control anything at all. The more you try, the more you're just gonna tip it into the opposite direction. Every time
I know how to do
leave
this.
your house, every
I
time you
figured it out,
leave your
Webby.
house, you increase the risk of a plane falling out of the sky and hitting you in the head. I'm
True.
just saying.
It's true.
You know?
It's true. In fact, I've almost died more times in my house, taking pills and choking on them,
Yeah.
than I have outside of my house. Except that one time I slid into traffic and almost got hit by a bus, but that was not my fault. That was the fault of my complex because there's a slope that covers itself in ice right before you walk into right before you drive into a main street. They probably should fix that. They're not going to.
I will say this: if you want to lower your chances of getting shot in the U.S., study martial arts and become a badass like Jason Statham.
No, even better than that. I got a surefire way not to get shot in the U.S. You ready? 100% effective rate. Ready? Be the Flash. You'll see the bullets coming. Dodge them.
I mean, that's a true statement too, I suppose.
Be the Flash. Just be the Flash. That's it.
Superpowers.
Be the Flash. Because, technically, you're like, oh, you could be Superman. Superman gets shot, but he doesn't get hurt. But he still gets shot.
Yeah, that's true.
So, on a technicality, he still gets shot. It just doesn't affect him, but he gets shot. So, be the Flash. And don't get shot. What I'm saying is, everyone should be more like the Flash.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Webby, this is a hard question. I need you to answer this. I need you to reach down to your constitutional law and history background that you have
I'm
so
actually
advocaatly.
trying to answer these questions like honestly, and I'm having a
Oh,
hard
me
time.
too.
I'm having a hard time. Like,
Me too. I mean, they're dumb questions, but like I said, these are more highbrow dumb questions.
all right, so
Like
I
this
got
one, for
tap
instance.
in. I got to tap into my lawyer side or something. You
Your
said
lawyer, constitutional law, history. Let's tap into that and see what happens here, right? If I ripped up the Constitution, would the U.S. have to disband?
no, no, they wouldn't, and you would be.
I think
thrown
if you
in jail
ripped up the
forever.
Declaration of Independence, maybe we would have to. We might belong to Britain again, which then we would be involved in Brexit, which would be bad. It's not going great.
No, I don't even think that either. Because, I mean, the Declaration of Independence was just written by a bunch of dudes who were like, yeah, fuck it, we're just going to all join together and this is what it's going to be. So, honestly, I feel like, although I feel like this current government wouldn't be able to, but if something like the Declaration of the Constitution got ripped up, they would just rewrite it. They would rewrite it in their own words. So I mean, we'd probably be all worse off.
We'd be worse. It would be bad.
So yeah, but if you ever did that, you'd be thrown into a fucking deep dark hole for the rest of your life, and no one would ever see you again. Because they take that shit personal. I've seen National Treasure.
True. All right. So there you go. I mean, yeah, that's it. If you're the Constitution, you would be in jail for a long time, and Nicolas Cage would would be really mad at you because his movies would be useless.
Yeah.
But
I mean, why would you want to rip up the Constitution anyway?
Because some people are crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
You know what I don't get, Devin?
What did you get, Webby?
Okay. Very seldomly, there are a couple topics that we just don't talk about on SU. And it's from me personally, because one, we don't talk about religion, because religion brings up a lot of debating. Which, I mean, I'm fine with a good, healthy debate, but I don't want people getting upset over it. Two, we don't ever bring up government stuff. I don't bring it up for the sole fact that I don't care. Like, you start talking about shit like that, I'm gonna zone out. And like, I don't always control that either. I just, what happened? You know, whatever. I found this cat video on YouTube.
That's always a good. You know what? If Congress watched more cat videos, we'd all be happy.
Yeah. Now, my question, I don't know if these are related to, I don't know if you would classify these as like political questions or government questions, I guess, but
shoot, why not?
I don't like it. It's not even a question, it's more so a comment, I guess. I don't like it when people, like that last question or whatever, where he's like, oh, how do I avoid getting shot in the U.S., right? Mm-hmm. Well, I don't like the fact that people do, okay, yeah, we have a lot of shootings in the U.S. It's tragic. It happens. There are ways that you could prevent it. I'm not exactly sure what those ways are. Other ways that, you know, people try to prevent it or propose that they prevent it, I firmly believe would not work. But like,
no, they wouldn't.
I do not agree with the whole passing the blame. Is like, oh, there's all these violent shootings. Let's blame video games. Fuck you. Okay? Video games is where I go to violently shoot video game people so I don't do it in public. Okay?
I mean, and that's a fair point. And I would say about 70% of the people agree with you. Most psychologists agree with you. Like, that's the truth. You know, there is no direct correlation between violent video games and real life violence. There's no direct correlation between the two.
Right.
I think every study, if I'm not mistaken, the most, I guess, study in favor of that ideology, it was like a 1.3% increase.
Right.
Which could be any number of things.
Well, you know what that would account for? Population growth.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it seems like every time I'm hearing about like my nephews in school and the size of their graduating class, it's fucking like 3 times larger than mine was. And my graduating class was 3 times larger than say my parents. So
My
it's
graduating
just like
class was 200 and something.
that's fucking small, actually.
It might be. I'm thinking. No, it was more than that.
Like high school graduating or like
My middle school was 200. My middle school.
Oh,
My
middle
high school was
school-
800.
Yeah.
My high school was 800. Was that 800 graduating class?
Yeah, so I'm right around where you were. I think.
Huge.
I think my high
Yeah,
school graduating class was like right around the 800 mark, maybe a little less. My middle school graduating class was probably like, yeah, somewhere between like the 150, 200 mark.
Right. But we had
know?
3 middle schools. I mean, and my elementary graduating class was obviously
Oh, we
small
only had
because
one.
we had 5.
Yeah,
We had 5 elementary schools. They just closed a lot of them, but there was Green Elementary, which became Chico Elementary, where I went. There was Scotch Elementary. There was Doherty Elementary. There was Ely, and then there was Roosevelt.
when your graduating class from middle school, that's 8th grade, correct? Going into high school, and
Yes.
then you had graduating class from high school. It's insane because like my nephews, when they went to middle school, their middle schools were so like their graduating class was so large they broke them into groups. So like you had red team and blue team, but they're all in the same grade. It's like what? Why do you have teams? It's because there's so many.
Ours was all one, but it was just like it was a fucking thing.
So like
it was a
if you're looking at generations today and is like, oh well, there's a 1.3% increase in violence altogether in the generation now as opposed to the generation in say the late 70s, early 80s. We're going to blame this on video games. Go fuck yourself just because there's more people who play video games, which video games are more popular now than they were in that time period. You know what I mean? Like there are more people playing video games nowadays than there were in the early 80s.
Absolutely. You're right. You're 100% right. I mean, video games are everywhere now. Like they're on your phone, which is always with you now. And your phone, hell, even like Alexa has built-in video games.
Yeah.
Shut up. Don't turn on.
But like next thing you know, you're gonna be talking. You're gonna see these animal abuse people, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, people are abusing animals because they played Mario." It's like, go fuck yourself. Why? Because he jumps on turtles? Jesus. It's a fucking
honestly though, I would like to see like a video of like a small like a little kid or something dressed as Mario trying to jump like a dog or something.
Ugh.
It would be kind of funny.
But
not necessarily hurt the dog,
just,
but it would be
kind
kind of
my
funny.
rant. I hate the government and people just trying to blame things that they don't personally like.
We live in a very knee-jerk society.
Yeah, I fucking hate it.
Everybody, they need something to blame immediately, and the problem is people don't want to take the time to really investigate and to point fingers where and to look at what is the cause. They're looking at people point at symptoms. They point at things like real quick, like oh this, oh that, like oh well, he played video games 8 hours a day. Well, why was he playing video games 8 hours a day?
There's my fire alarm. Hold on, I'm gonna mute. I don't know. My house is probably burning down. I don't care.
All right. Well, for the second time here on Simply Unprofessional, we have a house fire, possibly. First was Rob. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. That's why he hasn't been around. It's been sad. And I wish him the best in all his future ghost endeavors. If he sees Casper, what's up? How you doing? Tell him I said what's up. No, I'm kidding. Rob's okay. He's fine. He's just working because he's a busy boy. And I'm waiting on Webby to get back. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and read this next one because I don't know if Webby can hear me, but I'm going to say this, and it's going to be the next one's going to be is can water expire? And to that I say yes and no. I don't think water actually goes bad. Like if you leave a cup of water sitting out, I don't necessarily think it's like if you come back to it, a week later, it Some of it's probably evaporated, but
I'm back.
it's drinkable.
What is?
It's gonna taste like ass. The question was, can water expire?
It can,
And I said yes and no.
It can stagnate, I guess.
Yeah, I said yes and no. I don't necessarily think it's gonna expire because there's always something you can do to reprocess it, if you will. Like if water expires, you come back to water like a year, like you just seal up water so it doesn't evaporate, and you just leave it sitting on a table for like a year and a half and come back to it. Even if it starts growing like algae and shit, you can boil it, and it's fine. You know what I mean? It's not technically expired. It's just, it's So I don't think expired, but I mean, it's not. It's going to be gnarly to taste. I'll tell you that. It's not going to be great. Like I can't drink water that's sitting out for more than an hour. Like I want to throw it against the wall. It's disgusting.
Well, it all depends too if it's bottled water or if it's in an open container.
Yeah, and bottled water has taste. Water has taste, people.
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
care what anybody says. Water has taste.
And the different different bottles of water have
water tastes very different.
Oh,
very different. I don't understand. People are like, it's all the same. What are you talking about? You can't taste the difference? You can't taste that Dasani tastes like ass?
For anybody who thinks water tastes the same, come drink my tap water, asshole. Okay?
Water does not taste
That's all
the
you
same.
gotta know. I got well water. There's a big difference.
Yeah, well water. Ooh.
So...
Well water's not terrible, but ooh.
I mean, no, it's not. I mean, we had a high concentration of iron in ours for a long time. So it's like it has like a strong metallic taste to it.
Yeah, it is.
I'm a fan of Poland Spring. I mean, Poland Springs.
Poland Springs is good. That's good. I like Absolpure.
Yep.
I'm gonna get an Absolpure machine. When I get my house, put one right next to my desk.
When I lived in Texas, I drank a lot of Smart Water. Did not make me smarter.
You didn't like it?
I mean, I liked it. It was probably my favorite brand other than Poland Spring because they didn't sell Poland Spring water down there. Because Poland Spring water is mainly a Northeast thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to UPS some Poland Spring down to me. But when I didn't have any, I had to drink Smart Water. And I don't know. False advertising on that one.
I mean, it's supposed to be Smart Water because it's supposed to be electrolyte balance, but whatever. Who cares? Whatever. So, Webby.
Yeah.
What is the evolutionary reason for growing a toenail?
What?
What is the evolutionary reason for growing a toenail?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if you had to guess.
I mean, probably the same reason for your fingernails.
I mean, right. But the person who's asking this thing, they're like, well, your fingernails have daily applications. Like, we use our fingernails to scratch at stuff to kind of, get things off of, help us open things, help us hold on to things.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it, though. Like, back in the day, your toenails probably were a lot stronger and probably served a similar purpose.
Yeah, probably. You're scratching dudes' backs with your toenails and or grooming yourself like a dog does.
I mean, whenever I have an itch on the back of my leg, I always use my toenail on my
I use my toenail all the time. Yeah. And I got a pretty sharp, gnarly toenail on one of my feet. So, like, I've sliced my calf open a few times. That's not fun.
So, I mean, that would be my guess. It's just it has a similar function,
Yeah.
to help. I mean, I guess not really grip. I mean, I don't know what its function would be now. This stage in our evolution, like, not saying that we've evolved from what we were, 200 years ago or whatever the fuck, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, scratching your leg. That's the function of your toenails. Like, they are a protective thing for your feet, for your toe. You know what? I'm gonna Google it.
There we go.
You know
Googling.
what, Reddit? You got me. You stumped me again. Is there a Wikipedia on toenails?
What is the purpose of toenails? Why do we have fingernail and toenails? Fingernails are one of those body parts that, if you really think about it, don't seem to serve any real purpose. However, many people who like to paint their nails, try out their artistry on them, or simply gaze at their magnificent beauty would undoubtedly disagree with me on that, sorry. What are fingernails made of? They're made of keratin. I know that without. That's funny. Technically, keratin is dead cells. But your fingernail still grows. It's dead, but still grows. So, there you go. Why do we have fingernails and toenails? Fingernails primarily serve as a cover for the top surface of our fingers and often offer some degree of protection. Fingernails and toenails on our limbs. I will say this. The point of having a toenail, so if you stub your toe, it doesn't hurt as bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like a shell.
It's a shell.
Yeah.
Our toes are little turtles. Or little piggies with shells. See what I did there? Lemurs have then there's the animals that do have fingernails, but cats have claws. I wish I had claws. It'd be dope.
I think we're on the same website.
Oh, it's Science ABC.
Yeah.
The primary function of a fingernail is to shield the fingertip. The distal phalanx. Why would I say like I went like southern?
Oh my god, I love this little animal scratching.
What, the lemur? Or which one is it?
Right below where you're reading the purpose of fingernails and toenails.
Oh, yeah, he's dope.
So I gave that itch a scratch. It just loves scratches.
It just loves scratches. They do. They do.
Here we go. Both toenails and fingernails can also show signs of impending ailments.
True.
And are therefore examined by many doctors to help diagnose certain diseases.
True statement. There we go. So early warning signs, back scratchers, and protective shells. That is why we have them.
See? Bam! SU giving out the good answers.
There we go. And for this, all of our UK listeners, we're going to need some help. So, Cheeky, we're going to need some help.
B, even though I doubt B listens to this.
Same. Is it illegal to carry a battle axe in the UK? And if not, can I get a license to carry one?
I mean, that poses another question: is if it's not illegal, do you need a license to carry one?
I mean, you can technically own a tank in the UK if you have a license for one. It can't be a firing tank, but you can legally own a tank.
I mean, I know in the US there are legal limitations to the blades that we can carry.
In certain states. Like certain states disallow brass knuckles, some states don't.
Oh, no. That's where you get into the whole, these are my paperweights.
Yep.
You know.
I just carry these around in my pocket because I'm training for a marathon and I needed the extra weights. Trying to see if I can find an answer for this. Okay, so here we go. This is from Kiora. The UK is pretty strict regarding items used for self-defense. From what I learned, first and foremost, one must never ever say they are carrying something for self-defense, aka shut the fuck up.
Yep.
For that, thank you, SU lawyers. For that, we'll be breaking the law. So, that walking cane is for walking. Duh, that billiards cue, the two-piece kind carried around from one pub to the next, is for playing a game. Rolled coins? Yeah, rolled coins for purchasing required monetary numerations. An umbrella?
Yo, this roll of quarters I got in my pocket? Yeah, that's for the subway.
Don't worry about it. An umbrella? Nah. I've read examples of people recommending this, but I've never owned an umbrella built appropriately for self-defense unless it concealed a blade or single-shot suppressed firearm. I'm simply not interested. Except that one from the Kingsman. That one's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
The main problem most people run into when they carry a weapon is that it will build false confidence. It'll lull one into false sense of security. True. So, when can one carry that requires little practice can blind an assailant? It's legal everywhere in the world. So legal you can carry it on you in a commercial airliner and in a pinch be using similar rolled coins? It is the flashlight. True statement. If you get like a nice, like one of those like heavy duty flashlights.
Like a mag light?
Yeah, with like the jagged edges like around it. Yep. I mean, you can use one of those.
So
they're pretty hefty. You can punch with those. You can poke people in the face with that. So I would imagine legal? No.
According to police.uk,
okay,
it is illegal to sell a knife of any kind to anyone under 18 years old, 16 to 18 years old in Scotland can buy cutlery and kitchen knives. Carry a knife in public without good reason, unless it's a knife with a folding blade 3 inches long or less.
Okay.
I.e. a Swiss Army knife. A lock knife does not come into this category of folding pocket knife because it's not immediately foldable at all times. It is illegal to carry, buy, or sell any type of band knife. Now, I'll get into those in a second. And it is illegal to use any knife in a threatening way, including a legal knife such as a Swiss Army knife. Now, good reasons for carrying a knife are taking knives that you use to work, to and from work, taking knives to a gallery or museum to be exhibited, and the knife is going to be used for theater, film, television, historical reenactment, or religious purposes, i.e. the Kirpan some six carry? Sure, I don't know what any of that is. A court will decide if you've got a good reason to carry a knife if you've been charged with carrying it illegally. Now, a list of banned knives. Examples of knives that are completely banned in the U.S. Devin, you're going to love this. There's 4 of them.
Okay.
The disguised knife. The stealth knife and baton. That's under 1. The sword.
Okay.
And the zombie knife. I don't know what classifies as a zombie knife, but
Me either, but it's illegal. It's illegal, people. Also, sidebar to this: 6 weapons that are legal to carry in the U.S. In California, you can legally carry a sword as long as it's in a sheath.
Yep.
You can carry religious knives. Part of the Sikh religious practices, they have sometimes require the use of a kirpan. So, because of religious reasons, they're allowed to carry that. Flamethrowers are legal to carry everywhere except for Maryland and California.
It's because of them wildfires.
Yeah, ain't that true? Yeah. So, and the reason why that is because flamethrowers are they use gasoline. They use 87 octane gasoline. So, homemade flamethrowers were previously regulated based on the fuel they use. Now, nothing can stop you from getting to work in those deep February snows. So, basically, you just pull it out and be like, "I'm going to work," and start flamethrowing in the snow as you're walking.
I have videos of me on YouTube using a homemade flamethrower.
I've seen it. I know. Fun times.
Yeah.
You throw wild parties, man.
I won't share on SU with what that was made from.
You throw wild parties, man.
I used to.
You need to do that again. Next time I'm around, throw a wild party.
Maybe when you guys are around, but nah. I mean,
maybe he's like, my partying days are done.
We'll get too old for this shit.
We can revive the backyard wrestling, and then we all the next day we'd have like a bottle of Advil just laying down like, fuck this.
Yep, that's exactly what it would be. It'd be.
We're all just gonna be laying on the floor around the TV like
regret.
We're all just gonna be laying on the floor around the TV like a pizza box between all of us, just like fuck this. Everything hurts. Battle axes. You can carry a battle axe in Washington State.
Devin, roll a d20. Fuck you, Webby. You rolled a d20.
I can't move. Just start blowing at it. Did it roll? No. Damn it. Oh shit. All right. Webby, this is not so much it's a stupid question, but it's more of a question just in general. What do you think about when you are on the toilet?
Huh. Depends. At home or at work?
Wherever you spend the majority of your time on the toilet. So I'm going to say no.
Well, that'd be at work.
Oh, at work then. Go for it.
I'm usually on like Instagram or messaging you guys on Facebook.
I like it.
When I'm at home, I'm usually kind of looking around to see if there's any spiders on the floor.
I mean, that's always a good one. Or watch out for the stray person shooting flames underneath your door.
Yeah, no, fuck that. God damn it. No, I mean that's
because flamethrowers are legal, Webby.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it though. I don't really think about much.
Honestly, I have the weirdest, not the weirdest thoughts when I'm on the toilet. Like, usually when I'm on the toilet, like, I'm doing, like, either fantasy finances. Like, I'm sitting there, like, man, if I had, like, $3 million, what would I do with it? And I'm sitting there doing stuff like that when I'm on the toilet, or, like, I'm doing real finances. Like, I do my best thinking in the bathroom. True story. I do my best thinking in the bathroom. It's a true statement. So, yeah. That's what usually happens. All right. Webby,
Yes.
I don't know how much experience you have in this, but what happens if you pee in a hotel bed? I'm assuming you just pack your shit and go home.
Yep. Yep. You just gotta make sure.
Honestly,
that you're out before the maid comes.
First off, you never put a credit card on file, or you put one like that you don't give a shit about, and don't put that much money on there. Just put enough on there, and then pay in cash, so they can't charge your account. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Right. But 1, 2. Who cops to anything you do in a fucking hotel? Like, oh, hey, sorry, I knocked a hole in your wall. Nobody fucking does that.
No.
You just leave. If they find it, good for them. If they don't, that's not your problem. You only have to make it through one guest cycle.
Yeah.
Because then after that, it ain't your problem. So who cops that? If you pee in a hotel bed, you pack your shit and you go home.
Yep.
Or if you somehow can get access to another room, you swap the mattresses.
Or you find out, like, if the hotel manager or the lobby person on duty, if they're any type of specific, like, ethnicity, like if they're Celtic or English or Russian, and you start blaming, evil spirits of that ethnicity. Like, if they're Russian, blame Baba Yaga.
True.
Baba Yaga made you do it. That's all. Just play the old folklore scenario on them. Just tell them it was a ghost. They can't disprove you.
I mean, yeah. Be like, it was that damn dick-sucking ghost up in 3B.
Casper with all them dicks in his mouth. Couldn't hold it in no more.
It's true.
God
Crazy.
damn it.
All right, this one's stupid because I want to slap the person that asked this question. All right, you ready? Yeah. If I tell people my coat is faux fur but pronounce it like fox, am I technically not lying?
Wait.
Like, if they're like, oh, you're like, oh, my jacket is faux fur, F-A-U-X.
Yeah.
Right? But they pronounce faux as fox, so they're like, oh, my coat is fox fur. Am I technically not lying?
No, you're lying. I mean,
yeah, if you're consciously aware that you're doing that, you're lying.
Yeah, it would really boil down to if you're consciously aware of that.
If that's just how you pronounce faux, and if you just pronounce faux as fox, and they just take it however the fuck they want, that's on them.
Who pronounces that word as fox?
Apparently this fucking person.
Well, if you listen to SU,
I mean, technically, it could be pronounced. It could be pronounced. It could, if you spell it out, like, this person is not technically like a native English speaker. It does spell out faux or fox because it's,
F-A-U-X.
Yeah, it depends on where you put the emphasis, right?
Well, I'll tell you right now.
It's fox.
We here at SU, are sticklers for pronunciation. I bring up case in point, Chocobos from Final Fantasy. That's what they're called. That's what they'll always be called.
They're chocobos. But okay. I mean,
I guess Final Fantasy is going to be added to the list of things that we're not allowed to talk about, like politics and religion.
I mean,
but yeah,
the real question is this. Why do we say Kansas and then Arkansas? It is literally Kansas is inside of Arkansas. Why is this not Kansas and Arkansas?
Yeah, no, okay. Here's a dumbass. I feel like such a dumbass when this happened. I had that moment when I was driving. I was driving to Texas because I was moving down there, and I was with my girlfriend at the time. And we were just passing into Arkansas. I was like, oh look, we're almost there. We're in Arkansas. And the thing is like I was completely straight faced. She started laughing instantly. And then stopped laughing when she realized that I didn't realize what I said. And then started laughing harder at me. Because I had that dumb moment. I said it. I called it Arkansas. I think I might have even questioned it. I was like, where the hell is Arkansas? She's like, that's Arkansas. It's like, oh, that makes way more sense. Yeah, all right. That was my dumb moment, I guess.
I mean, no. I mean, you're good. You're good. You're good, man. English is hard because the problem with English as a language is, well, I'm going to say American. Technically, English is not a language, but there's proper English,
Well,
and there's American. Like,
yeah, well, there's the thing too. Is like there's different ways of pronunciation.
there's different dialects of English.
Yeah,
I am a
and the
firm
thing is-
believer that I am a firm believer that American is a dialect of English, and it should be like official. Because if you sit someone from the UK down, and you sit someone from and they're having a conversation,
It's not even just
40% of that conversation is going to be like, "What the fuck is this person talking about?"
It's not even just them though. I find it mind-boggling too, but at the same time, it gives us our diversity here in the U.S. People from different states will pronounce things differently.
Yeah, every state has their own like accent. Not every state, but like most states have their own accent. Like Michiganders have an accent. You don't realize this. I don't realize I leave, but yeah.
You have people who call like there's New Orleans and New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans.
Now I've never heard this one, but I always joke about it with Austin. There's Louisville, which is how
I've never heard of Louisville. I've never heard of Louisville.
Yeah, if you
what the fuck is Louisville? It's Louisville.
If you read it the way it's written, it's Louisville. Okay.
It is.
But or
Louisville.
You might be able to get away with Louisville, but if you talk to anybody from there, it's Louisville, right? It's just you flow into it. Now, same thing with the capital of my state of New Hampshire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Devin, I want you to write this down, and you know what? I'm going to type it to you.
Okay.
On Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, and for all of you listeners out there, go look up the state capital of New Hampshire. Okay, now Devin, to any normal speaking person, how would that be pronounced?
I would pronounce it as Concord.
Concord. Everybody pronounces that as everybody I've ever asked pronounces that as Concord. Okay, you know how we pronounce it in New Hampshire?
Concord.
No, Concord. Concord.
Concord.
Yep. Concord.
You know what it is? You know what it is? Because there was no checks and balances in English when it comes over here anyway. When it comes to like syllables.
Yeah.
And it literally is where you put a pause in a word that makes sense.
Yep.
Because if you read Concord, if you break it up as Concord, it's Concord. If you just say Concord, there you go.
Yeah.
It's if you say it as one syllable, Concord, that's it. Which there's no rule for when to put a syllable in a word.
Right.
So people can look at stuff and go Arkansas, which makes sense if you break it down. If you go AR, K-A-N, saw, S-A-S, or technically you can saw Arkansas, technically.
Arkansas.
But, right? Yeah, right? And then, but if you go Arkansas, it's like you can say it where it's completely different. You can say, it can be arc and saw. You can say it, like you can break it down like 1,000 different ways, and it's stupid. It's so dumb. Hold on, let me see it. Accent challenge. And there's different dialects and accents, and even though it's like we have unofficial dialects, and that's the fucking hard part.
And then you get people from from where you are in the
north, for instance,
in the north, who pronounce it Detroit, and then people from in Texas, like deep South Texas, they pronounce it hell.
I mean, you're not wrong. We have a Hell, Michigan, though.
Yeah.
We actually have a city named Hell, which is actually really nice. They have a really nice bar up there.
We have a town in New Hampshire called Webster.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think my favorite fact about you is that your ancestor invented the Webster's Dictionary.
That's true. Yeah, and on the flip side of that, one of my however many great grandmothers,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, was the first person ever hung in the state of Vermont. She was a horse thief.
Oh, horse.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I'm down with that. You know what, though, Webby? Like, now that you're back at work again, you know what we should do? We should really consider, because I know we want to do it a while ago. I thought about doing it a while ago. We should totally do a 21andMe.
Oh, the
or
ancestry
22andMe?
thing?
Yeah, we should. We should do 22andMe. There we go. We should do 23andMe. I can't fucking talk.
All right.
We should totally do one. Like, and then, like, share our results. Watch it be, like, 80% Viking. Like, how the fuck?
Yeah. It's like, Webby, you didn't know this, but
I'm
you're
white.
You're like 73% Russian. It's like, what?
Webby, you didn't know this, but you're like 85% Jamaican.
Oh yeah, man.
And apparently a direct answer to yours is Bob Marley. Go figure.
Oh shit.
All right, here. So here, some more weird words to pronounce. Like, for instance, the word AUNT. Some people say it ant. Some people say it aunt.
Oh yeah, that's true. You know what's really fucked up? And I think I fall under this category. I think I say it both ways depending on who I'm talking to or when I'm using it in a sentence.
No. I'm very much the same. Me and my aunt or me and my aunt. Yep. It all depends. Honestly, if I'm more familiar with someone, I think I say aunt. If I'm talking to someone I'm more familiar with, I would say, that's my aunt. If I'm talking to someone I'm not familiar with, I'll go, that's my aunt.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a natural reason because aunt sounds more professional, I guess. I don't know. And then there's envelope. Some people say envelope. Some people say envelope.
Oh man, I say that one both ways too, I think.
I say envelope. I need an envelope.
I think I say envelope. I think I say envelope when I'm if I'm talking to myself.
Yep.
You know, but I say envelope. I don't know. That's fucked up. I think I say those both ways.
And then you have
I'm ambidextrous pronunciating. Okay.
And you have route or route.
Oh man, I say that one both ways. I think I'm more so lean towards root.
See, we're proving the fact that there is something inherently wrong with English, or at least the way it's spoken over here, because it's acceptable to say it both ways.
I mean, fair, yeah. But I think I do lean towards root more on that one.
Yeah, me too. Root. Yeah, I say root. I mainly say root because of the song Route 66. Because Route 66 doesn't roll off the tongue. Get your kicks on Route 66. It doesn't roll the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have theater. Some people say theater. Some people say theater. I don't
emphasize where you do. Apparently.
Well, see, I just say theater. I don't go theater. I say theater. But I feel like if I'm talking about, how do you say it?
Hold on, can you say it one more time the way you would normally say it?
Theater.
Theater.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I just call it theater.
Yeah, see, that's another way to say it. Theater.
Yeah.
Theater. It just really depends. It's
all like that soft A sound. Theater.
Yeah.
Yep. You know what else we say? Bubbler.
Oh God. That's slang though. That's like a slang.
Yeah, whatever. Y'all a bunch of miscreants.
Caught. How else would you say caught? CAUGHT. Caught. How else would you? I'm trying to think of another way to say that.
That's how you say that. There is no other
I agree.
way to say that.
Caught. Coot? I don't know. I don't get it.
No, you're caught. That's
Yep.
exactly what
you've been caught red-handed. Damn it.
Yep.
Salmon. Some people say salmon. Some people say salmon. I say
salmon.
salmon. I say salmon. I say salmon.
It's salmon. It's not
I
salmon.
say salmon.
No. No. It's a fucking silent L. Whoever says salmon,
no. Wait.
Him.
There is actually reasoning why I actually agree with you, because most people don't understand it. Hold on. The L in the No. This is the thing about almond, right? Now, do you say almond or almond?
I think I say almonds.
The thing with almond is that until very recently, when Webster's published the word, the L is actually silent. They changed it very recently, where people just started saying almond.
Yeah.
But the L was silent, so it was almond.
You tell that to the Almond Brothers.
That's fine. You're not the Almond Brothers.
Almond Brothers. I like how, as like in the U.S., we're extremely diverse as far as the words and how we say certain words. Like even within our own country, like it can differ from state to state, from town to town, even. But then I love how defensive some people get. I'm definitely guilty of this, about certain words being said one very specific fucking
like
way.
Caramel. Who the fuck says caramel?
I say caramel.
God damn it, Webby.
Yeah.
Can't be friends.
I'm sorry.
All right, here. Let's ask a real question. Pecan or pecan?
Piquant. No.
You add a T? You can't add letters.
I think I say pecan. No,
Yeah,
I say fucking both sometimes. God damn it. I think it depends on when I'm saying it.
How do you say both? You say both or both? Please say both.
What?
You say both. I know
Who
you
the
do.
fuck says both? No, you point me at somebody who says both, they're getting slapped. I say both. It's both.
You say both.
Yeah.
How do you say lawyer? You say lawyer or lawyer?
Lawyer.
Yeah, okay. Really, I think that one's more southern.
Yeah.
People draw out the WY to lawyer.
And I mean, technically, I think lawyer is. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I can't believe. I think technically, yeah, it's more correct than lawyer.
Because what the fuck is a loy?
Yeah, exactly. Like the way I say it would be like LOYER. Lawyer.
Like if you ask someone this, like, listen, if you ask someone like spell lawyer, they'd be like if they'd never seen the word, they'd be like phonetically like LOYER.
Right. That's why I think technically, lawyer is more correct, but I think it's stupid. I think it sounds dumb, so I refuse to say it.
It sounds like you're chewing your tongue. Lawyer.
Lawyer. Yeah,
I need a lawyer.
It's like I have to open my mouth extra wide and hold it.
I know, right?
It
sounds
longer.
like I need a lawyer. It sounds like it's super subtle. I need a lawyer.
Oh man, I'm dying.
Mama call Uncle Ruckus. I need a lawyer. I done fucked up. Anyway, oh god, pajamas.
Oh man, you know what?
Pajamas or pajamas?
I don't mind either. I don't mind when people say it either way.
Me either. I don't mind. Honestly, I think when they say pajamas, I think it's cute, and I'll take it.
Yeah.
And first off, there's two words on this list that you can't say any other way, like hardcore aluminum. It is not aluminium. They say that in the UK, but the guy who named it aluminium later said, no, I fucked it up. It's aluminum. He even said that. So it is aluminum. It's not aluminium.
My mom can't say that word.
She can't say
She has a hard time saying any of those types of words. Like she can't say.
Yeah,
she does. She struggles with
foil.
It. She's like,
get the damn tin foil.
Yeah, she can't say aluminum.
She goes to tinfoil. She's like,
she can't say linoleum.
Linoleum.
She's like linoleum. I was like, you're fucking adding L's and I's in there that don't even exist. She's like, shut up.
Linoleum. That is kind of a hard word. Linoleum is kind of a hard word. It's not. I can say it, but it's not easy. And then GIF. It is GIF. It is GIF. It is not GIF. It's a fucking GIF. You know why?
Oh, the GIFs there?
Yes. It stands for graphics, interchange, format.
GIF.
Graphics, interchange, format. It's a GIF. It is not a GIF. So I'm tired of all you people going, oh yeah, check this GIF. Okay. It is not a GIF. GIF's a fucking peanut butter.
I got one for you, Devin.
And moms choose it. Yep.
I got one for you.
What is it?
Melee or melee?
Oh, melee all day.
Melee, yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Nothing against the people who say melee. I mean, I really don't have anything against people who say things if it can be pronounced a different way, but like things like fucking both. Again, you tell me somebody who pronounces it both, like seriously, I'm gonna fucking smack them. What is that
That's
called
true.
when you oh, what's that process
See,
called? When like if you say something wrong and then you get slapped and then you keep getting slapped every time you say it wrong until you say it right.
I can't think. What are you talking about?
Oh man, there's a process for that. Uh, condition. I'm gonna condition people through violence.
Yep. See, like we have
Because I play
see, we
lots
have-
of video games.
Yeah, see, we have certain fucking like the Michigan or like the Michigan accent, if you will. It's hard to nail down, but we have a tendency to add an s to things.
Okay.
So like Meyer or Kroger. If you're in Michigan, 9 times out of 10 people are going to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to Myers or I'm going to Kroger's." It's just what happens. We add s's to the back.
See, I
of
think
things
I
like
do that too, though, because I mean I don't know. I never really thought about that. Because I think we have a food store down here called Hannaford.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it has an
Hannaford?
S on the end of it. I think it's just called Hannaford. I don't know. I might be wrong, but like I'll say, yeah, I'm going down to
Nope,
shop.
it's
I'm
just
going down to Hannaford.
it's just Hannaford Supermarket.
Yeah, I'll say, oh yeah, I'm going down to Hannaford's.
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
I feel like you're saying
But like
that.
with Walmart,
I
like
feel
I
like
don't say
you're
I'm
saying-
going to Walmart's. Like I don't do that.
I don't think we do that either. Walmart is Walmart. I think
Yeah.
I think the reason like Hannaford's I would say is okay because you're shortening it because it's like Hannaford's Supermarket or Hannaford's Brothers. You're gonna be like, oh, I'm going down to Hannaford's. Like it's just
Right.
like a slang version of it.
Right.
I think that's acceptable. Let me see. Either that could be traced back to Scandinavian, Germanic, or
But see, I also think it depends on how you're saying it. Like if you're saying you're going down to, and then you would add the S onto the end of it. But if you're saying like I'm going to Kroger, But if there's a difference between
it's 24/7. Like I'm going to Kroger's, like or
Oh.
I'm going to Myers. Like it's pretty much constantly across board up here. And then one of the other things, like just one of the things that we say, if you will, all the time, like outside of first off, Webby, are you soda or pop? What are you?
soda.
So yeah, it's pop all day.
Yeah, I know
No,
it is. It's
Pop.
and down south it's Coke. Like, can you get me a
everything's a Coke.
Coke? It's like, I don't know. You guys got Pepsi products? They're like, no. I mean, Coke is Pepsi. It's like, go fuck yourself. Coke is not Pepsi. Two completely different brands.
Yep. And then like up here we call party stores. I don't think anybody calls them party stores outside of here.
What?
A party store is effectively any kind of corner store that sells alcohol.
Oh, I mean, that's every fucking corner store up here.
Yeah, just about. Up here too, just about. Most gas stations even sell alcohol now at this point. But yeah, I mean, so we're like, oh, I'm running to the party store, which is basically a store you run in, you grab your alcohol, your smokes, and your lottery, and you get out. That's kind of how that goes. But yeah, that's just like one of the things that we do up here. Like it's just everything's called the party store. Yeah. How do you say? I'm going to say it proper, but how do you say it? How do you say Secretary of State? Secretary of State. How do you say it?
That's exactly how I say it.
Yeah. See, up here it's going to be Secretary of State. Like
Secretary of State.
We combine the of with the secretary, so it's spelt like SECR. It's spelt like it should be, but it's pronounced like it's spelt like this: SECRETARIAH. So Secretary of State. Like it's all like the Secretary of is one word, not Secretary of State.
Oh.
That's how we always do it. And we say look it.
One second, Devin.
That's how you would pronounce fire. I can't even pronounce it the correct way. Like, I don't know how that sounds. Yeah, like I'm with this guy writing the article. He spelt it differently, but I can't pronounce fire any other way than the way it is here. I don't know how to do it. Huh. Webby? That was awkward silence because I didn't realize Webby was gone that long. All right. We're back. So, I can't pronounce fire, apparently. Apparently, fire spelled F-I-R-E. Obviously, I know how to spell fire. I always pronounce it like it's spelled F-Y-E-R. Fiery? 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 How would you... I don't think anybody pronounced it like that. All right? You know what? I'm going to do that Google thing where it tells you how to pronounce it. Pronunciation. How do you pronounce fire? Talk to me, YouTubes. It's the same thing. Stop lying to me, people. I know what I'm talking about. I hate people. I hate words. I hate people. Yeah, Michigan is we do dumb shit. Yeah, the long E sound, like the I in mirror, is a bit longer and nasally. That's true. The glottal stop that's when your voice kind of stops in the middle of a word and then starts again. In Michigan. When you go to stops at the end of our words, there's kind of like a tiny bit of a forced breath. For example, when we say Detroit. That is true. We don't really say the T sound. We don't go Detroit. It's Detroit. We kind of just force it out all in one word. Kitten. Yep. No, that's right. Button. Yeah, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. That's not wrong. It sounds really weird when I'm reading this because what's happening to me now is like I'm thinking about the way I usually talk, and it's kind of fucking with me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Webby is still gone. I am feeling dead air. Webby is still gone. I don't know what to do. I'm panicking. I'm freaking out, everybody.
Back, sorry.
He's back. See what happens when I freak out?
What
He comes and bails me out.
I said
you said you'd be right back. And I was reading something, and I got caught in a reading, so I heard what you said, but then it was like a minute, like 45 seconds to a minute where I didn't say anything. It was just dead air. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Webby's still gone. Fuck, I need to talk. So I started talking, and I was reading through things, and I was like reading through like the Michigan accent, and I was like, oh yeah, no, like the more I read this, the more it makes me think of my language and like of the way I talk, and like it's fucking me up in the head.
Last thing I really heard you say was something about that's how you say fire. I don't know. Something about fire.
Yeah, I say it like it's F-Y-R-E, like, but, or E-R.
Yeah,
or
fire.
F-Y-R-E. Yeah, I there's no other way to pronounce it. Like, I'm sorry. It's spelled F-I-R-E. I don't know how else you pronounce it. I can't pronounce it any other way. But, like, a couple things, like, we do here in Michigan. For instance, Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Right? Yeah, we just say Pontiac. We don't say the T sound.
Oh man,
it's Pontiac.
Pontiacs. One of my first cars was a Pontiac. Like one of my first actual legal cars.
Dude, one of my favorite cars. Pontiac Firebird.
Yeah.
My favorite car.
One of
down.
Mine, Pontiac GTO.
Yeah, GTO. I love the Firebird because
I'm an old
Pontiac
school muscle
Firebird
car
trains
kind
him.
of guy.
I'm a what you call it? Fan. Huge fan. Fucking Burt Reynolds movie. I can't think of it right now.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. Yep. There we go. Give me a Diablo sandwich and a Diet Coke in a hurry. I'm in a hurry. Anyway, now I want to see Smokey and the Bandit. Anyway, and then like we have a city called Livonia, We don't say it's spelled Livonia. We don't say the IA. It's Livonia. YUH. That's how we say it. That's how it goes.
Living ya.
Livonia. Livonia. Casper the Ghost will live in you. We're gonna keep bringing back Casper if we can. Grand Rapids. We don't say the D. It's just Grand Rapids. That's how it goes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a lot of dialects too, is they just kind of
it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Drop things, add things, like our long E sound, like the I in mirror.
I got one for you.
nasally.
Hold on.
Don't waste our time with the or and mirror. It's just mirror. That's true. That's true. I don't say mirror. I don't say mirror or. I don't do it. It's just mirror. Look at the mirror. Glottal stops. The letter T. Yeah.
Okay, I got one for you, Devin. I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook. I will say that even a lot of New Hampshire people pronounce this wrong technically.
Mm-hmm.
From literally what it's supposed to be.
What is it? Hit it.
How would you say that word? That's a highway up here in New Hampshire.
I'd say Kankamagas.
Yeah, no, not really close.
What is it?
So the way that a lot of people up here say it, myself included, is the Kangamangas.
Kangamagas, okay.
The way that it's technically supposed to be pronounced is the Kangamagas.
Kangamagas, yeah, okay.
So.
Kangamagas, yeah, I can see that. Head on down to Kangamagas.
Yeah. Yeah, like there used to be like a lot of people who used to ride motorcycles and stuff. They like, oh, you want to go ride on the Kangamangas Highway because it's an awesome highway. It's really nice. It goes right up through the mountains and stuff. It's a nice highway.
That's
very
dope.
scenic.
That's dope. And yeah, no. Now that I think about it, I'm reading this. This is fucking with me in the head. So like, apparently, I have a hard time with hard T sounds. Like the T in city.
Yeah, I just say city.
I can't say those kind of T's without making it sound like I'm really emphasizing the T.
Yeah.
So me, it's just city.
Yeah,
CIDDY.
I'm the same exact way.
Yeah, I can't say the fucking T's like city. it always takes on like a D sound. It's just what it is, man.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. City. Yeah, I sound weird when I say that.
Yeah, if I try to like force that T, I was sitting here like in my head for like 5 minutes. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, just saying the word city, like and saying that, I just all of a sudden just picture myself saying titty, and then I just start chuckling like a little boy.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's right, titty jokes.
We went on the most random tangent ever, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Webby, let me ask you this question. What's the difference between a guru, a shaman, and a sage?
Okay.
Your professional opinion.
My professional opinion.
Yep. Your unprofessional professional opinion.
Technically. I mean, without seeing the spelling of one of them, but don't spell it, I just want to give you my opinion here. A shaman would be more like a nature mage. A sage would be more of like a mysticism kind of magic user. And a guru, fucking werewolves, I think those are pronounced differently and
There's
spelled
a Gauru!
differently. Those are Gaurus, yeah, whatever the fuck.
All right,
That was the first thing that came to mind, though.
So gurus are werewolves.
Yeah.
I like it. I agree with those answers. All right, Webby, this is going to rack your brain. This is going to fry your brain. I already know it.
What are your opinions on the... Like,
I agree. No, I agree with your answers. But if I had to give like a serious answer, like if I was looking at the spelling, a guru would be a person who has kind of dedicated their life to
knowledge
activity?
of a specific thing.
A knowledge of an activity, or like a knowledge of something.
Yeah,
A shaman would be someone who's more, like spiritualistic and tapping into nature and things around you, kind of a thing, to help bring out something and invoke something within you. And a sage would be very much kind of similar to a shaman, but they would be more closer to like a person who would, I would guess, use outside forces or try to call upon outside forces to kind of persuade nature, where a shaman would be like use nature to like persuade you.
Gotcha.
Makes sense? Yeah. This is gonna rack your brain because this is gonna rack my brain. This racked my brain when I read it. Are lobsters mermaids to scorpions?
Are lobsters mermaids to scorpions?
Yes.
Yes. They are now. Because I've never thought about it before.
I just have I have a picture of a scorpion like walking on the beach and a lobster washes up. He just gets like this like epic like sexy saxophone music playing behind him. Fucking just like looking at this mermaid-esque lobster. Ugh. And then some bastard comes and like stabs it and takes it away to be eaten. That's funny, man.
Oh,
that was
man.
good.
Yes, they will always now forever be mermaids.
Lobsters are mermaids.
Mermaids for scorpions, yeah.
Why are cookies called cookies if they are baked, not cooked?
Man, you know what? I just had this conversation with somebody recently. I don't
bakies.
have an
They
issue.
should be bakies. They're bakies now.
Well, they're called something else across the fucking pond too, aren't they?
Biscuits.
They're not called cookies. Yeah, they're called biscuits.
Which would make more sense because biscuits are baked. It makes more sense.
Well, what the fuck do they call biscuits over there?
Scones.
Because you wouldn't have biscuits and gravy over there then.
No,
Who the fuck's going to put gravy on a cookie?
It's scones. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's scone. So what we have over here is a biscuit would be a scone over there.
Then why don't we call them scones?
Because for us, scones are sweet and biscuits are savory, but they're the same fucking thing. For us, in most cases, scones are sweet, biscuits are savory. Over there, they don't have that distinction. You can have a savory scone or a sweet scone. Like you have like a blueberry scone, or you can have like a garlic buttery scone, which is be a garlic buttery biscuit over here. And then, yeah, it's fucked up. And all of our UK listeners, aka Cheeky, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's pretty much what it is. I think what we consider biscuits here would just be scones across the board over there, and what we consider scones here is also scones there. But we just like the distinction of putting different than shit. American cuisine is we just take shit that already has a name and give it a new name and call it ours. That's kind of how it goes.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it goes.
Yeah. As far as why they're not called why they're called cookies, I don't fucking know.
Because we took them, we took biscuits and made it our own and said, fuck it, it's a cookie now. And then we we need a name for this scone we're stealing.
I'm almost thinking maybe they were called cookies because you cooked them first before somebody came up with the difference between cooking and baking.
Okay. That's, you know what? I like it. That's why. Webby is a definitive answer on this.
Yeah.
And Webby, how are we doing on time?
Well, before you ask that question, I have one question for you.
Did I bring Craig in? No.
No. I mean, no, that's fine. So far, everything's working fine on my end. But my question for you, because you've been asking all the questions tonight, is check Facebook. Why does he look like he's had far too much cocaine? And tell me that you wouldn't have loved to have that toy as a child.
I would have. I feel like his name should be Kankamungus.
So for the listeners, I posted Devin a picture of a WWF or WWE figure.
It looks like he just smelled like some really horrendous shit.
Of Hulk Hogan and his eyes are fucking wide open.
Or like he stepped in like some horrendous shit. Like he just like oh fuck. You know what he looks like? He looks like Hulk Hogan if Hulk Hogan had like had a celebrity death match.
No, no, I got it. You know what that face is from?
What?
That's a picture. That's what his face was like when he's getting his
ass?
when he's getting his dick sucked by Casper.
I'm down. All right, I'm down with it.
As far as time goes, we're at about the hour and 25-minute mark. So
all right. Well, I'm going to end it on these three quick things. Oh, well, yeah, three quick things. Or two things. Shower thoughts, people. Three things because that one was funny. Maybe four because this was kind of funny. So, wait, are you familiar with shower thoughts?
No.
So shower thoughts on Reddit is just like thoughts you come up with in the shower that are kind of like profound but not really profound, but they're just kind of what they are, right? So like for instance, a shower thought would be this. Porn stars are just crowd-funded prostitutes.
Okay.
Like he's not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it is crowd-funded prostitute. That's what it is. It's $1 billion industry. They're hella crowd-funded.
Dude, I am a firm believer that this country, this great nation of ours, was literally built
on porn?
On booze and brothels. That's what this country was built on.
You're not wrong. And appropriation. But yeah, you're not wrong. Down.
I honestly think we need to have more brothels in the U.S. It needs to be legal.
Apparently in ancient Greek, I don't speak ancient Greek. At least not in this form I'm in right now. If I was playing a character, I do speak ancient Greek. But right now, I don't. So apparently, pornography in ancient Greek stands for letters from prostitutes. So
okay,
there we go.
So those were your shower thoughts?
That was one.
Right.
The next one. When your mom asked you to create a folder on a PC, don't laugh at her. She was the one who had to teach you how to wipe your own ass.
I mean, yeah. You're right.
There you go, people. Be nice to mama. She taught you how to wipe your ass.
Yeah.
So if she falls and hits her head and she gets amnesia, and you got to teach her how to wipe her ass, then you can laugh at her for making a folder in the PC. You're just an asshole because you're laughing at your amnesic mom. So, yeah. There we go. And if your dad taught you that, then yeah, you can still laugh at your mom. That's fine. All right. I think these two, Webby, I say these last two because they're specifically, I think, ones that you will enjoy talking about, right?
Okay.
People often forget that there was a time before glasses, which may explain many historical myths and legends.
Yeah, all right. I think I could see that.
Like Loch Ness Monster is just a fucking rock that somebody saw without glasses like one foggy morning.
Well,
or a boat, like somebody saw one, like the mass of a ship one foggy morning. They were like blind as fuck, like, oh, Nessie.
Now I guess I can kind of see that for some of them, because I mean a lot of them are just stories told down over the ages or whatever. But like, what about these things that like several people have claimed to see? I mean, I guess everybody in this world's a liar. So yeah. If there's one thing I've learned about Dr. House, you don't trust anybody.
Bigfoot's just a bear on hind legs that somebody was blurry and couldn't fucking see.
That one I believe.
That's why we never found him.
Sasquatch, yeah, man, he's just a big ass fucking bear. He's tired of walking around on all fours. Wants to walk around on his hind legs.
He was an evolved bear. He was just like, fuck it, I'm big. He was an Ursa ring.
Yeah.
Pokemon nerds get that. Yeah. That one. And the last one, Webby. The last one. Dragons are just wizard dinosaurs.
That's a true statement.
There we go.
I like that one.
With even shorter arms, depending on what you're looking at.
Yep.
than T-Rex. Because Eastern dragons don't have arms.
Well, goddamn, Devin.
There we go. We wrapped it up.
We did.
So there you go. Those shower thoughts are something for you guys to mull over and think about in the week to come when we release these 1 and 2, 3, 12-month backlog of episodes that we have here over at Simply Unprofessional.
That's right.
So much backlog. The backlog is huge, all right?
So much.
Huge backlog. It is the best backlog you have ever seen in history.
That's right.
No backlog compares to the backlog that we have.
I will say that our backlog is so substantial that we have hired.
We have to build a wall around it. We have to build a wall around our backlog.
No, we have hired Austin to create a card. What is it? What are those? The card index.
Yes.
What the
a
fuck?
Rolodex.
No, the libraries used to have them. Remember those fucking?
A Dewey Decimal System?
Dewey Decimal System for our fucking backlog episodes.
We have a Dewey Decimal System and a Rolodex. So if you ever wondered why it takes episodes so long, me and Webby both don't know how to use the Dewey Decimal System and our Rolodex.
I did at one time. I don't.
Yeah, I haven't done it so long, and our Rolodex is really out of date. So that's why sometimes we just record new episodes. We're like, fuck it. It would take so long to go find the archive. Like,
are you joking? My Rolodex has one fucking card on it, and I just keep spinning around in circles because I get entertained by that.
It's true.
I put a paper clip on a wire, so then as that card hits it sounds like a motorcycle, like back when you used to put playing cards in the spokes of your tires on your bicycle.
That's the greatest. I don't see that anymore.
Yeah. God, I'm old.
God damn it. No, I'm with you, man. Like, I did that shit too. I'm with you.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Devin, where can people find you on the internet if they want to laugh at how old we are? Yes, we are.
Damn it. All right.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday, John. Shout out
to John. Happy birthday, man. John's the reason why we recorded a new episode, actually. We wanted to wish him a happy birthday live.
Yeah.
Even though it's coming out after his birthday, but he feels the love.
It's technically coming out literally... No, because it comes out at 1:01 a.m. Never mind.
An hour and 1 minute late.
It'll still be his birthday where he is when this comes out.
You're right.
So there.
Facts. There we go.
So happy birthday, John. Happy 30th birthday. Wink, wink. Yeah. Devin, where can people find you on the internet? What a stud.
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie and on Twitch at PookHildMe and on eBay at Sexy Panda.
God damn it, you stole my eBay handle. God damn it. As always, you guys can find me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word. Apparently on eBay now, looking for Devin. On Instagram at Patrick.Webster52.
He remembered by himself.
And on Twitch at DMWebby. Which Devin, I think we should stream something this weekend.
I'm down. I have nothing to do.
So look forward to that, people, and come watch us stream. Come hang out with us for a little bit. And you guys can find me also on AIM at Angry Panda.
Angry Panda. You can find me on AIM at not on eBay.
That's right.
That's my AIM handle. My AIM handle is not on eBay. 57.
LinkedIn is helpful.
LinkedIn. Yep. You can find us. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn under my name. You can find me on LinkedIn. You drop me on LinkedIn. I will definitely link with you. You can find me on Instagram at something. I always forget what it is. I think it's DevinD3092, maybe?
See, this is the part where I should have your shit memorized, but I don't know.
You know what? My phone's in front of me. So you know what? I'm going to drop myself an Instagram plug right now because I never plug my Instagram.
No.
I never plug my Instagram.
Well...
My Instagram is DevinD_92. There you go. So you can follow me at DevinD_92. And there you go.
And as always, fuck
I don't post very often, but I'm there. Fuck Booster Gold. I'm selling Booster Gold's teeth on eBay. That's Sexy Panda.